Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name is Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined by the overseas sexy guy himself. It's Mikey G. Wolf V3. Hello, Mikey.
Trying to think of something clever, but ahoy!
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 You could have gone with I'm horny. That would have worked too.
I feel like that would be sending the wrong message.
Would it, though? Would it be like an out-of-context message?
I mean, I'm just pointing out that I would put money down that we have at least an over 70% male listenership.
That's
just
fair,
because of
that's
the
fair.
nature that we are gigantic assholes. And women tend to have more common sense than to listen to assholes like us.
That's true.
But, you know, so I would be of the opinion that I don't want them to hear that I'm horny because they may take that as a signal, and I do not need men showing up at my door.
I'd just be nice to see people at the moment.
It would just be nice to see anyone, really.
Oh yeah, man, hell yeah. Well, people are getting super thirsty for the tall lady from Resident Evil 8 at the moment.
I haven't I watched a playthrough of that at the like an hour ago.
Yeah.
It's
The
a
demo
short
for it,
little
you mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow. That's an interesting that is an anime character with a realistic face.
The lady?
Yeah. She has a realistic face, but those are not realistic proportions.
She's a big girl.
Apart in every direction.
Yes. Yeah.
And like she's at least 8 or 9 feet tall, by the looks of it.
At least.
And also about 8 or 9 feet forward.
The internet is super thirsty for her.
Yes. I didn't know about her. I didn't know that.
Had you not heard about it beforehand?
No, I haven't been keeping. It's Resident Evil. I'm not really a Resident
I
Evil
saw
fan.
like people like talking about it online
'Cause-
before. I think around the very first trailer where we only got like a little snippet of her, and I was like, "Who's this fucking tall lady? Why is everybody all hot under the color for this like tall lady? What are you talking about?" Then I saw her and went, okay,
it's the hat.
I see. It's all about the fashion hat.
But you know what? I've seen a lot of people say like it's the vintage look that's doing it, and like I have seen so many women since this thing has come out who are basically just like, oh, I either want to be her or be with her, but some mix of the two, please.
I did see
the
it.
ladies
I've seen a lot of
wee
the
bit
ladies.
excited.
I've seen a lot of the ladies post a picture from the porn with the very tall lady and the very short lady. And they were like, this would be us, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
I like how you say the porn with the tall lady and the short lady. That narrows it down.
It's the famous one. It's like where she's picking her up underneath the arms and pushing her against the wall. You've probably seen the image. It's gone around the internet for quite a while now.
I'll take your word for it.
People are listening to the show. They know.
I know, but I feel that may say more about the people listening to this show.
What, that they watch porn?
They're degenerates.
How? Come on.
Degenerates.
I see a house with many holes made of glass with many brick holes in it at the moment, Mikey.
Degenerates. But yeah, it's yeah, she's huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hadn't really seen anything of it, and just like my Twitter in the last 2 days has just been like, okay, and there she goes again.
There she goes. Yeah. What did you think
she
of
has
the
a
demo?
tag. She has a tag. Did you see that?
No, really.
Her tag is tall lady.
Oh, okay.
Does she
that
have a
makes
name?
sense. I think it's in one of the little bits of text in the demo, but I'm not, whether it is or isn't. I don't think she's been directly named either by the company or the trailers as of yet.
Is it basically like if she does have a name, people are happier just calling her tall lady?
Well, it's easier, isn't it?
Yeah, and more
everyone
explanatory.
knows.
Yeah. It looked like Resident Evil 7, to be honest, but it's got a more gothic vibe to it. So
yes.
I don't know, is it a prequel or something?
No, it seems to be a sequel because it's with Ethan again. You're playing as Ethan.
Oh, okay.
And I think Ethan would have taken the bakehouse a bit less like intensely if he'd already been through what it looks like he's going to go through.
I have to admit, like, I looked at it and just like, apart from you, just went, Resident Evil's lore has just gone completely bonkers. Remember when it was like this nice simple thing of bioweapon, have some zombies. Oh, some people it mutates. Yep. Now it's just like gigantic vampire woman.
Yeah, 7 seemed to have been this slight weird. It's not a complete reboot, but it's like a slight
4.
reboot.
I would say 4 is when it started getting really weird.
Well, 4 in itself was a slight reboot as well. Yeah, but now like, it's trying to be like, oh yeah, it's because Resident Evil 7 was about the Umbrella Corporation. You found out at the end anyway. So yeah, obviously the tall lady's gonna probably have something to do with Umbrella because it's always Umbrella,
or like the virus, or a virus, or
I guess
the ancient fossilized parasites that live in your brain and turn you into a zombie.
Yeah, because 7 was all about, ooh, it's spoopy,
mold.
And then right at the end,
mold.
Then you find out at the end it's like a lady who makes everybody go crazy and turn into mold, and I can't remember how or why, but she just could.
Because she's a magic lady. Basically, Resident Evil has stopped caring, and I don't necessarily think they should care, because it's a ridiculous premise from the start, but
yes,
like, it's just funny to me. At least they're creative.
It's not like, out of the properties that Capcom hold, I'd rather they have a bit more of a story push for Devil May Cry than I would do Resident Evil.
I mean, I would, but I like the world way better.
That's the thing, and the problem with DMC is the story for DMC is pretty messy at best.
Yeah, because they kept on making it. They didn't actually have a... They were like,
there was no plan. There was no idea what they were doing.
They never expected it to go on as long as it did. Like,
clearly.
Going to 1 or 2 after playing 3 onwards, it's a bizarre experience.
And even just playing like 5, it's just a rehash of 3. For the most part.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing. 3 was good, but, it's just like 5 and 3 are the same game. Yeah. Pretty much.
And, like, 6, I'm sure, is going to, like...
It's going to have to push the story.
It's going to have to. It's going to absolutely have to.
I'm actually still surprised they've never fought Sparta, because we still don't know anything about their dad.
Dead, isn't he?
Well, it's one of those things, he's dead, and then it's like, no, he was turned by Mundus evil again before Mundus died, or something.
It's a weird thing, because, like, it's been such a thing that Virgil and Dante are, like, way stronger than him now. I mean, unless you did a narrative thing, I feel like it would be a little anticlimactic. Just for me, anyway.
What can you do, though? Because it seems like they're both fighting now at the level of Mundus easily. So
they're way stronger than him.
What do you do with them now? You have to have
you do what you did in 5.
Demon?
You do what you do in 5. You take them out of the story.
Yeah.
5, like, I'm sure they'll come back at some point, but 5,
probably.
The ending of 5 is about freeing it up so they can have the story about Nero, who isn't godlike.
Yeah. Like, then everybody's going to be like, yeah, but Virgil and Dante...
They're in hell murdering things. They're happy. Leave them alone. They're on holiday.
Maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe instead of a Bloody Palace mode, you'll have those two doing the equivalent of a Bloody Palace mode in hell.
That'd be really neat.
Yeah, and it would be in a story kind of, oh yeah, that makes sense, kind of wise, and you could still have them in.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd be totally okay if they weren't in it for a game or 2.
Sure. I mean, I think that was probably the idea with 4, but then obviously we know how 4 went.
Yeah, and we still have no idea where Virgil came from as well, by the way.
Yeah,
He's alive. How?
He was trucking about.
He exploded.
When did he explode?
Devil May Cry 1.
Oh yeah, Neo Angelos. Yeah, you could say maybe it wasn't his body. It was like a fake body, and his soul was put in it, and his soul returned to his real body. I don't know. They clearly didn't think of it like you say. There was no plan.
Oh yeah.
Still fun games though.
Oh yeah.
It's just no plan. But Mikey, we're here to talk about Transformers this week, and surprise, there's not much Transformer news because there's been no toy fairs. Was that 10 minutes in? Yeah. Well, we're kicking off with Dr. Wu doing the DWP-51 chatter, which is Beast Box and Squat Talk, and there are some variations, Mikey. Because there is also images of the DWP-51 Bay and DWP-51M. The B is the black version, and the M is the shattered glass version, which no one cares about. Do you know why, Mikey?
they're horrible looking.
Well, there's that, but I was going to say because they weren't in Gridman.
True, they were not.
So, the black versions...
They might be in Dinosaur, though.
Ooh.
There is a guy in Dinosaur who has a yellow and black shirt.
Wouldn't that be annoying? It's like, oh, man.
I don't want these, you do now.
No, the big character of the show. Shit. But the black version's just black, so I don't think we have too much to say. Beastbox and Squawk Talk, Mikey. I know you have pictures of them framed on your mantelpiece around your mirror, so whenever you're brushing your hair, you can always look at Beastbox and Squawk Talk. Are you happy then for these ones?
Yeah, very long legs.
He does. Not as long as the tall ladies, but fairly long.
No, she's in better proportion.
Oh, poor Beastbox.
She's out of proportion in other ways, but that's a different conversation.
Her poor back.
You know what? I suspect her back is made out of fucking rivets. So, but I mean, I think he looks decent. I think he looks Squawk Talk really, but he looks a little dull combined.
Why do you say that? What makes you feel dull?
He just kind of looks like Ape Face with a skirt.
Isn't that what he always looked like though? For the most part. I mean, saying, the idea.
He is looking like I do. I've always thought Squawk Talk looked a little dull.
Okay.
I think the individual ones look fun. The gorilla looks a little like it has a slight problem with the wings. And on Squawk, I don't know the individual. Is it Squawk and Talk?
Yeah, no, it's Squawk Talk and Beastbox.
Beastbox, okay, I don't know. But the bird and the gorilla. The bird has the laser beak wings.
Yeah.
Which are actually chunkier, I think, because they now function as legs.
Yeah, that's always been an issue.
Yeah.
Always.
The gorilla looks good, but I think I'd like it if that head had a joint to point up and down, rather than what it's doing, which is kind of like on a big ball joint that swivels forward and back, which means that at times it looks like his head is falling into his chest.
Okay, I kind of like that look because he looks like a silly monkey.
Looks like Igor.
He's got that weird hunched look, and I think it looks kind of cute in a weird way. I think he's a more interesting creature than Squawk Talk, just because, like you say, the leg wings have. They're always whenever anybody takes on this, that's always an issue, and I don't think unless you do a lot of extra like unfolding and flattening down of the legs, that's always going to be an issue, and that'll take a lot more time and money to fix that. So, I would agree that Beastbox and Squawk Talk together, whatever their names is, whatever. I think the colors are nice. I really like the combination of the two colors, but in terms of a visual robot, they've never really done too much for me, which is why I've never gone out of my way to get like any version of them. I suppose. And I'm guessing you don't fit. Well, I mean, you said it was ugly. You don't like the shattered glass version.
Those are the wrong shades to combine together, in my opinion.
He actually has the same color scheme, from what I remember, as Splash Dash.
That's not really a compliment to Splash Dash.
I like Splash Dash. Was it Splash Dash? The one I mean, the Power Master.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I always like that color scheme. I'm not sure it works as well here. Does he have a new monkey head? Or is that the same monkey head? Am I being dumb? I might be being dumb.
I don't know.
No, it is. It's a different monkey head. Yeah, because it has a visor over its eyes and a little pointy bit where the mouth is. Yeah, so it's very slightly different, but not massively so. But if you're in the market, if you wanted Mikey, you could buy all three.
Cool.
Yes, you can get the black one. It's all black.
No, I'm good.
All right, well, there you go. Mikey, I want you to tell me about X-transbots, because they did two things this week, apparently.
They did! So, X-transbots have revealed MX-10 Virtus. Who is a masterpiece scaled Springer. So, this is, of course, a triple changer. I'm assuming these might be final colors, actually.
Wow,
in which case,
I hope not.
They've gone like a weird urine vomit colored yellow on his legs, face, and hands.
Yeah.
Which they've then metallicized. They've metallicized a lot of this guy.
Yeah. But not all of him.
No. I shall say that I don't like his thighs. They are distracting.
Why don't you like his thighs?
The paint. I was just looking at the
Oh,
colors.
okay.
The color scheme. And it kind of makes the rest of his paint look like it's faded out, in all honesty. But yeah, we see him next to a hot rod. We also see him next in vehicle mode, in both vehicle modes, and next to some people. Blue figurine. Oh, okay. It's the human form Springer from that episode of G1.
Yeah, and the Ultra Magnus as well.
Yeah, and the Ultra Magnus will be included with the next release, MX-22. I wonder who that could be. But it looks like they're basically the same mold with slightly different hands and a bit of a different paint job, but the faces are almost identical.
Yeah.
So we also see he comes with a flight stand, which is a nice inclusion. And underneath that flight stand, we have weapons stored. So he will come with blast effects, the traditional sword made of helicopters, and two asymmetrical guns, which can be stored underneath the vehicle mode as well. So, Andy.
Yes.
Putting aside the... I think the literal word is nauseating color scheme. What do you think? What about his accessory counts? What's in your head?
Hang on, there's an extra accessory as well. I've noticed the rotor blades spinning. That's a big piece of plastic.
I didn't recognize that.
Yeah, I thought at first when I hadn't zoomed in, that was just the thing. Someone had spun it and taken the picture. But no, it's a big old bit of plastic.
That does explain why the sword soars underneath.
Yeah, that's not I don't think that's a terrible idea. It's an interesting effect. Yeah,
I like it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you know what's a shame about the promotion material, Mikey?
What about it, Andy?
Springer's not eating out RC.
Oh, of course, the classic pose.
Exactly, yeah. The one that we all remember.
Hey, fans toys.
Yeah, still keeping it classy forever.
Everyone went on about Nicey. You know what Nicey's promotional stuff was? Her standing there with a sword.
That's right. Occasionally,
her leaning there in a mildly provocative pose.
Yes.
At no point was she fingering someone.
No, what a time.
They did not include a hand specifically so she can do the fuck me gesture.
Yep, or a face either.
I was going to say squishable memories, but those are an option.
Yes, well, everybody assumed it was still from the same people, though. Everybody assumed that. But yeah, Springer, like you say, really bad choice in colours. If this is the final look of him, they've stuck to, for better or worse, the animation accurate proportions on the vehicles.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And I never liked how especially the car. I hated how the car looked in the show. I thought the car looked fucking dreadful.
Well, it
just recreated it well.
Yeah, it just kind of looked like the helicopter with no, squashed down.
Yeah, I think the G1 toy in some ways did the vehicle modes better. I liked how I think the window, the front screen was a bit on the fatter side, and it all just kind of balanced out a little bit better. Granted, the robot mode had its own unique set of G1 issues for the day, but it's fine. It's, hey, Mikey, one more masterpiece for the shelf, I suppose, until the Hasbro or Takara, combined, finally get away from doing season 1 and season 2 and down to doing season 3 one day.
That'll never happen, Andy. They'll go back and start doing 3.0s of everyone.
Oh my god, that might be something that they do.
I guarantee you they'll announce a Megatron within 2 years.
Ooh, that's a good point. What if they did a G2 Megatron? That'd be kind of fun. I don't think they would, but...
No, exactly. They won't.
No, but that'd be fun. Think about that, and also consider that it'll never happen.
Or what'll happen is they'll go like, right, we're going to do a 2.0 of the Beast Wars characters.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something like, we're going to do the G2 Megatron, but we're going to do the white one with the green stripes.
No, they'll probably just do another Optimus.
Yeah, probably. They could do G2 Optimus, couldn't they? They just need to give him a sound box and make his colors slightly darker.
Yeah, or they could do the actual G2 Optimus, Laser Prime.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'd be alright with that.
Repaint him as Scourge.
Yeah, they do.
And his trailer would do something.
To be fair, though, you say a 2.0 version of the Beast Wars toys. As long as those 2.0 versions didn't break, it might be an improvement over the current ones.
Yeah, as I said, I was just like, actually, no, that could be a good thing.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think Jobby mentioned this as well, or you did. Someone mentioned it at some point. I remember hearing that there hasn't been a Masterpiece release that hasn't had some kind of issue with it where it could break.
The only one I haven't heard anything about is RC, and that's because I haven't looked into RC.
Is it out yet? Like, properly
it is
out?
It
okay.
is out. People have it. I just don't. Like, I've seen pictures of it, but I haven't looked into whether anything's breaking or anything.
Okay. Maybe you'll find out next week? I don't know. It depends.
No, I won't.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. I don't think it looks... I think it looks very articulated. I just don't think it looks great.
I wanted you to dive into the salt mines.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, high blood pressure.
But I like to hear the horror.
You look.
No, I don't like reading.
I like to hear. I want someone to suffer. You suffer. Well, not me.
No. I like to hear these things. If someone like just told me about it, that'd be great. I don't want to do the work. That's too much work. Yeah. What else you got transbots wise, Mikey?
Sorry, I got very distracted for a second because I just realized that Twitter has now become everyone arguing over whether or not Godzilla is good or evil, and does he reflect American military ideals.
I think it's a big lizard punching a monkey. Pew, pew, boom. I'm just sitting in the bathtub with two plastic toys going, pew, which is exactly how that scene on the boat was done, I'm sure.
Yeah, like that's the storyboard.
We'll definitely talk about the trailer at the end of the show, because I'm sure you want to.
Oh, yeah. But X-transbots also revealed Gravestone trailer Ute version color renders. So this is the Menasor.
Oh, youth version. Okay,
youth
sorry.
Version.
I thought you said
G1
Ute.
toy-inspired... I'm Irish, shut up. G1 toy-inspired deco, and come with a roller car which functions as his man boob. So this is... Okay, so this is actually... Oh, I get it. It's a trailer.
What?
So this is weird. So I'm actually figuring out what this is as I'm reading it. So Gravestone youthful version. Shut up. Is okay. It's their version of Roadmaster or Motormaster. Sorry. But he doesn't come with a trailer. He doesn't do this. He doesn't transform right. He doesn't transform like Motormaster transforms.
Oh, okay.
He's an isolated truck cab, which
right.
is not a bad thing. But if you want him to look like regular Motormaster, here's the trailer.
Ah, okay. I think I get you.
Also, he will come with a little car for Menasor, which means you have to buy this to make your Menasor look like Menasor.
Well, to make him look like the toy version, because the show version didn't have the car boob.
I don't remember.
It didn't. No, take my word for it.
So, yeah, cool. Another box.
It's a thing.
It's a box.
People like things.
People like a lot of things.
That's true. That is a good statement.
Yeah. Do you want to do the next one?
I can do it. Possible first looks at an unreleased Masterpiece MP50 Tigatron Mutant Mask, being the Mutant Mask, if you remember them.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they show 1, 2, 3, 4 faces for the Tigatron, and they also show his weird little mutant mask. If people remember what that looks like, I don't know. Do you know how you describe the look of the mutant mask? I don't.
Alf.
You think the mutant mask looks like Alf?
Alf with horns.
But he had a penis nose, did Alf?
So does this.
Does it? I think this is more of a...
Yeah, look.
I don't know.
You were about to say snarf, weren't you?
I was going to say snout.
It's so technically from the front, it would look like that.
I guess
he looks like Alf with horns.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean that's a better description than I can think of to describe it. To be fair, so we'll run with that. Well, the article says it's a great homage to the mutant mask of the past. It's like okay. I don't remember ever liking any of the mutant masks. Really, especially the Megatron one.
No, I didn't mind Prime's one. Primals,
I guess.
But,
I guess.
Listen, it was a gimmick that they wanted more for toy. They wanted more stuff to do with it, and they weren't. It was clearly an afterthought. Like most of them were so poorly designed.
And a lot of them afterwards, like I don't remember Inferno having one.
No. Most of the Transformers outside of Wave 1 didn't have. In fact, if you look at the early, like, you're looking at very early releases. Because, like, even by the time you're into, like, K9 and stuff like that, you're starting to see it, like, he's got a mask, but it's much simpler.
Yeah, it was just a drop-down visor. The problem with K9s is they gave him a massive chin.
Yeah, but it's also become his standard face.
Yeah, which is horrifying. Oh, you mean with the mask down? You mean with the massive chin?
Mask down.
Okay, that's fine then. But it's a horrible chin. Oh no.
It's like I don't like. Yeah, because I'm trying to. It happened in the first.
It's definitely the first wave.
Mutant Head. Okay, I wanted to check this because I wanted to double check exactly. So
it wasn't on the basic ones like Rat Trap though, obviously, because they were too small to have it.
It only appeared on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 molds.
It's still a decent amount. That must have been most of Wave 1, or a lot of the first
so
wave.
Cheetor, Dinobot, Rhinox, Tarantulas.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that kind of became his standard. Waspinator, again, his standard.
Yep.
Wolfang, or K9, depending on which one you want it to be. Polar Claw, Scorponok, Megatron, and Optimus. So both Megas, the Deluxe class, and the Ultra. So Wave 1 had it.
Mm-hmm.
No one else did.
Yeah. I guess they went. Yeah, this doesn't work. We'll not do this anymore.
Yeah,
which is
it's only. In fact, it's like only 3 toys really have done anything with it since, and it's the Flame Toys, Primal, the Masterpiece Primal, and the Masterpiece Shadow Panther.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it makes sense for them to do it here as well, I suppose, since it's. We all know how much they love adding extra accessories.
Yep.
For better or worse. So here you go. It's a thing, baby. Here's a mutant mask. Rock and roll. I don't think I have anything else to say apart from that's an accessory, Mikey.
That is an accessory.
Do you want me to take the last 2 stories, or do you want to do the last 2 stories?
I might as well do them. Give you a break, Andy.
Thank you.
So this is a quick one. Megatron head variant found. So Beast Wars Megatron. It turns out that you can get hold of a version of him with a traditional grimacing face instead of the more stoic face that he is wearing. It looks like Megatron grimacing.
Which one do you prefer, though? Here's the question I have. Do you prefer the stoic Megatron look, or do you like the grimace? Because I think both suit him.
Yeah, I mean, I think the key one they're missing is that slimy smile of his. But,
instead of the stoic one, they should have given him, like you say, the smile.
But
would have been
this
better.
is an expression he has worn in the show.
Numerous times, I would say.
I wouldn't exactly decide which version I'm buying based on this, is what I'd say.
If I had the 2 options, I might get the grimacing one, but because I've pre-ordered, I don't really have a choice. I don't even think we know how common either version of the head is, because whenever I see people like do the early reviews on this Megatron, it's always the stoic face. This is the only time I've seen this version.
This seems new.
Yeah, whatever that means, or how maybe it's... I wonder if it'll have less issues with it, because I know some people have some problems with the Megatron, at least some of the rubbery parts on the Megatron tail. So I wonder if it's got any advantages there. I mean, it doesn't say here at all. It just says the face is nice or different. Would it be nice if the teeth were painted, because they are just purple, which is a bit of a shame. But I guess that's for you to do.
But yeah. Okay, so the last bit of... Actually, I'll also try something else. Last week, we reported that Patrick Tatopoulos was going to be on as the art production designer guy for the new Transformers movie. He very quickly went on Instagram and said, "No, I'm not."
Okay.
And denied it very fast.
Wow.
So fast, in fact, no one's noticed, and a lot of websites are still saying that it's confirmed, and... I think Cybertron did like like all the stuff we know about the upcoming Transformers movie. And it's like 1, nothing, and 2, Tatopoulos is in it. And it's just like, no, he ain't. So He was so fast in denying it. I suspect he was rather insulted.
That's fair.
But yeah,
That's fair.
But yeah, so this is a little bit of spoiler risk here. Also, now I think about it, there's another Transformers My Little Pony comic announced, My Little Pony Transformers 2.
Oh, they're doing the sequel. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Which apparently will have more time spent on Cybertron. But there's very little information, just some covers out, so I won't bore ye. But we have Cyberverse news. Shockable. But yeah, so apparently there are new toy listings for Cyberverse Season 4. These came out off the Walmart app, because people like going on that. New gimmick listed and some new characters. These are spoilers again, so for a show we've never had an official announcement for, it's probably worth warning you there. But the new gimmick is going to be called Roll and Transform.
Okay.
There will also be Roll and Combine. Which to me sounds a bit like the like automatic combining thing, like you push them together and they stick. But wait and see. But very quickly it's become obvious that the Dinobots are centered to this one. So the list of toys here are the Cyberverse Ultimate Season 4 Hot Rod, Cyberverse Ultra Season 4 Sludge, 2 new deluxe figures. Slug is getting a deluxe, and Cheetor. If I think of, like, Cheetor makes sense, I'm a little surprised Slug's getting one, because does that mean all the dinos are getting one?
Okay.
Ultra Class Season 4 Ramjet. Big spoiler ones here. Ultimate Season 4 Volcanicus. And Dino Optimus Prime. Now, I would say that doesn't necessarily mean he's in the show as a dinosaur, but they're riding the dino train at the moment. There's also the Cyberverse Roland Combine and Roland Transform Assortments, Dinobot Defenders, Dinobot Strikers, and BotBot Dino Store.
Mm.
So, again, I wouldn't necessarily say you're going to get a dinosaur Optimus Prime in the show, but clearly they have decided to do a Dinobot-themed series. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. More Cyberverse, yeah, sure.
And more Dinobots as well for you. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, and Grimlock's really fun in Cyberverse, so it'll be nice to see how they play that out and where the other Dinobots come from, because there's a narrative reason for him to be a T-Rex. It doesn't make any sense, but there's a narrative reason.
And 2 more deluxes, so that's again something.
Yes, neither of which are Windblade.
No, something.
But
At least
something.
it's like someone significant. Like Cheeto makes sense for them to do, and I don't know about Slug. Maybe Slug is going to have some kind of like showing in Season 4, but it makes more sense than Prowl.
Yeah, Ramjet's kind of interesting because it's going to be the first use of the cone heads as that design. They've been in the show, but they've never had.
Which ones are the Ultras?
They are kind of the larger gimmicky ones.
Okay, is that the one where not Lugnut, the other lady Lugnut is from? What line is she in?
I think she's an Ultra.
She's an Ultra. Okay, so
Clobber. I think
Clobber,
so.
that's a name. Yeah, so maybe this might be an okay one, though it might not. I hear the Ultras are weird, aren't they?
They're a bit of a mixed bag. They're very different with each season. That's the thing. Ultimate tends to be quite a large scale, so that could be a very big hot rod.
Oh, is Ultra not actually like Rack and Ruin? Is that the Ultra?
Yeah, he's in the same line as Clobber.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like
my
I said,
lack of knowledge on them.
Ultras meant something different in each season, so.
So yeah, it could be like you say, different again. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, so Cyberverse, keep an eye out. If they've got toy listings, we might hear something in the not too distant future.
Woo!
But yeah, that's kind of it for the news, kids.
Yay!
Nothing happened.
No, it's been light, but I mean, since all of the toy fairs, like all of them, have been put on hold, there's very little can be done. I know a lot of people in a lot of different toy communities as well, they're kind of, I wouldn't say suffering, but are kind of hitting the same kind of issue, because that's how it be.
Yep.
So, Mr. Mikey, the question is once again, what have you done this week? What have you done for fun? You done any bits, any things, any Wazmataz? You built more Gundams?
I just knocked down my chair by accident.
No!
I did start a Gundam. Oh, there we go. I started
a model
the Legolas.
or a build?
Yes, I started building a real one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to invade. But yeah, I started building the Legolas. So I've only got a little bit of it done, but it's an interesting little build for I built an age one before, so I kind of know what to expect. But no, it's interesting. It's coming together quite nicely, and like I said before, I kind of like how all the mechs on that side from Gundam Age have this monster-esque vibe to them. So kind of a monster Gundam is quite nice.
Do you think you'll buy more of the more monstery kind of enemy suits?
They don't have many.
No,
that unfortunately, like there's the dragon kaiju one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking, the slightly greyish one, right?
Yeah, I've heard it's not great though.
Yeah, I think you might like it just on the basis that it is kind of monstery-ish.
Yeah.
The lady, I always wanted to get the lady one from that side, the pink one that sits on top of the flower. That looked quite neat, but I never got it in the end.
And they've got that like the one with the tail. It's like demony.
Yes, the one that was recolored blue, right?
Yeah. But I kind of like the blue version of that if I was getting it.
Same. Yeah.
I think that's Build Divers.
It is Build Divers, yeah. I don't know how much they changed it or improved it.
I think the heads. I know the heads new.
Okay. Wonder if they changed anything else. Maybe not.
Yeah, don't know. But so I've started that. I also got some pre-orders in for various things because a bunch of stuff was announced in the week, and like some of the pre-orders were like, "We won't charge you a penny until the day it's released." And it's
you
not
mean
out for 6
Gundam
months.
wise? Or do you just mean just in general things to pre-order?
I think it's general. Like I pre-ordered the Soto Gaim Final Form set.
All right, okay.
I was going to get the regular set, the first form set, but shipping on that was like 30-40 euros, so I'm not doing that right now.
Yeah, I was still planning to send you the Gaim, but if you're going to get the full set one, I won't bother, because otherwise you'll have potentially 3 Gaims.
Listen, talk to me when we get to a point where I can actually like afford shipping.
Yay. Never then.
I also got a pre-order in on the Flame Toy Shattered Glass Drift.
Oh.
Which I'm
why? I didn't think you liked Drift, and he wasn't in.
I am a mole completionist on Flame Toys.
Oh, and was it at that point just deciding which Drift you like the look of more? And okay, yeah, and
he wasn't. As far as I know, he's not in there.
I don't know.
There's probably something. Probably. I mean, if people like Deadpool,
they do.
And he's based off of Deadpool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just need to own everything Flame Toys.
I have a problem.
I don't have it's not a problem if I don't admit it.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Was there? I got a pre-order in for the Shadow Fox Zoid, the HMM Zoid, which is again not going to be out for about 6 months. But
wow.
But like all the pre-orders are like May, June at the moment.
Ooh,
and I specifically was looking for stuff like if I'm pre-ordering, I'm not pre-ordering anything that'll be out in the next month or so.
That's fair.
Because I ain't paying their prices. 2/3 of my infamous Hobby Frontline order has come in now.
Which one? Or what was in the order?
The Boundock and the Crossbone.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm just waiting on one more thing from that box.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of purchases I made at Christmas. One came in and one is on the way. So the Tallgeese, the real grade Tallgeese arrived.
Ah, cool. You haven't started them yet, clearly.
No. And the real grade Crossbone's on the way. And I think for a while that's going to be all I'm buying because I think I may be developing a problem.
No. It's not a problem if you don't admit it.
True. I say that, but I may also have bought a Transformer yesterday.
Oh. What do you mean may have? What does that mean?
Well, I did, but I don't want to admit it.
Oh, no. What did you buy? Was it an Optimus Prime? With the trailer?
No.
That would be the only time you'd need to eat Krull, would be if you bought the Leader Optimus Prime with the trailer and it wasn't a Shattered Glass version.
Yeah. I was watching the Toy Fu stream. They were doing at their charity sale.
Yeah, how did that go? It sounded
some good stuff.
It sounded interesting. It sounded a bit weird how you'd order things.
Yeah, like it's kind of, like it's really better structured for an auction, but they did it as sale. So I saw a lot of people saying like, "I'm not hearing back. I'm just like, I'm sure the volume of stuff they were getting in.
That's the problem. Yeah.
But like there was some interesting stuff. Like Optimus X Prime was there from
Which
the
one's
Go
that?
Day. The one that turns into a train and a dragon and combines with the other
Oh, yeah, God, I forgot about that.
two. Yeah, I tried to get him, but so he went first.
Yeah.
And there were like a lot of G1 stuff, a little bit of animated and Prime, but one thing that and a little bit of Generations, not much in Generations, but one thing that did sort of surprise me was the Collectors Club Leo Prime, the Leo Convoy done out of the Orion packs from years ago.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I've always wanted to have a mess around with that mold because I heard it's very good. So figured why not?
Sure.
So that'll be shipped at some point in next week. So hey guys, I'll talk about a regular mainline mold of a Transformer at some point on this show. I don't think that's ever happened before.
My God. My God. You still haven't got any of the Beast Wars stuff, have you? Kingdom.
No. But like after the stuff I've done over, I still have to buy bloody paints for something. But I will be getting them, but they're not top priority at the moment.
That's
just
fair,
because
yeah.
life and shipping. I think shipping Megatron right now would be a bitch. I just rather go into a shop, grab them and run off, and then if anyone comes near me, spray sanitizer in their face.
I mean, you should be able to get it from Smith's, right? Because isn't Smith's an Irish company?
No.
I thought Smith's was an Irish-based company.
It's in Ireland, but it's not based in Ireland.
Okay. So would shipping be okay from them or not?
It's just the size of the box.
Okay.
Irish Post
it's free. Postage for that over, I think if you do an order over, at least in the UK, over £30, it's free shipping from Smith's.
Don't know. I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I'm
trying to help you.
I also always have that conversation. Are you buying toys again? And just like, I'm an adult. If I want to buy toys, I'll buy toys.
Get the fuck off my ass.
But apart from that, it was okay. I have to admit this, and I don't know why I feel ashamed of this, but I should admit it.
Is it porn?
No, I have a ton of games I've not played yet. Right.
Okay.
And I've been Gundam Breakering as well, and plowing away with different designs for that. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like doing what I always do, which is like just scrolling through PSN store and going like, I'm not buying anything. I'm just looking. And it's like I saw Nier is out in a couple of months. And
oh God!
I'm definitely getting. And ReZero's game is out in a month or so, and that's apparently a combat game. I thought that was just a visual novel, but apparently it's not.
It's not. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I will. I'll see a review before I actually buy it. But I am a sucker. But there was a post-January sale, and I bought Yakuza 2.
Hey, I saw your shame when you posted that.
And I was just like, why am I ashamed of this? And it's like because you just finished two of them.
I'm pretty sure you said you wanted to break before you got into the rest of them as well.
I did. I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. So now I'm playing this one. Combat, so this was made after Yakuza 6, this remaster. Okay. So they're using a different engine to the one that the original Kiwami used.
Okay.
Kiwami used the engine from Yakuza 0, which was good but relatively more primitive. So this game looked fantastic. The city itself, especially the lights. I can't stop looking at way lights playing in it. It's kind of nuts. Combat is also more like Yakuza 6 than what we had in 0 and Kiwami, which I think is a little bit of a mistake. Because I think the combat it feels a little bit too light, and I don't think you have quite as many options. It's still fun. It's still really fun. It's just I think I like the stance switching option.
Right.
I would also say like Kiwami's 2 story is slower to build than the other 2 games. It's still good. I still like the story now it's got going, but the opening 2 hours of it are a little slow for my taste.
Okay.
Which is weird because it's actually quite rushed. Because they go like, okay, this is happening. Okay, this is happening. I'm just like, okay. But now they moved into like, okay, that's the setup. Now we're moving into the actual story about what matters. And it basically takes place a year after the first game. And Kiryu has to take actions that he'd rather not take by getting involved with the Yakuza again to save his former clan. And
so it's the same as every other one.
Yeah, basically people keep fucking up. And Kiryu going like, you shit. And also the Korean mafia is involved in this one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's goofy as fuck in so many ways. This line was supposed to be half serious, but when he goes like, I used to be in real estate where I did all this interviewing and hiring and everything else so that I could battle 5 evil billionaires. And I was just like, how can you say that with a straight face? And after everyone's going like, all that stuff you said inside, like, it's amazing how you came up with it on the spot. And they're walking away like, but it's all true. But yeah, like, this is also the first game originally where they realized they could use Majima as a character and not as a villain.
Ah, okay.
So this is where he starts evolving into the character people remember from Zero.
Right.
So he's goofy in this, but he's very much on your side.
Right.
He's definitely one of the good guys in this, and he's really fun.
Is there a good reason why he's switched sides, or is it just like they've kind of Vegeta'd him?
I mean, would you like? In real world, he was super popular in the original game, and they realized they wanted to keep him around, but they didn't want him to suffer from villain decay.
Right.
So they decided to make him a good guy in this. Narratively, he's never technically a bad guy in his own mind, but they do have an explanation as to why he's doing what he's doing in this.
Okay.
Because they actually added an entire new playable section called Majima Saga, where you're playing as Majima.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Which was not in the original, but yeah, it's fun. It's like, seriously, it's gorgeous. I can't get over how good looking it looks. But I'm really happy to be back in the world of Yakuza. That is.
I mean, you've been away from it for so long.
I knocked my chair down again. I was so shocked at you. But shut your face. But no, it's really good. I'm really grateful that I can't really get the remasters of 3, 4, and 5 for less than 50 at the moment, and I don't want to pay that right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that only because you'd buy it otherwise?
Yeah, and 6 is cheap. I could get 6, but I'm assuming quite a lot of narrative stuff is played out and referenced and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't want to jump to the end. I want to do this as God intended.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Yakuza 2, Kiwami 2, it's fun. You get to do a karaoke song with Majima. It's very strange. Yeah, so that was games, really. I got a demo of Super Robot Wars T. I was going to try that, but then I got distracted by something.
Was it Yakuza the distraction?
It might have been.
Oh,
it might have been. But a bit of anime this week. I watched episode 3 of Back Arrow, which is that mech show I was watching. I'm really liking this. I'm surprised by how much I'm liking this. I don't think it's like blowing your mind and how original it is or anything, but it's very mid-2000s Gurren Lagann timeline-esque kind of stuff.
Is it brand new or is it an old one? Sorry,
brand new.
Okay, so you're on to episode 2 then at this point. Episode 3. Okay.
Yep. Because I missed the first week, so I watched 1 and 2 last week. But it's got a good pace to it. It's fun. It's playing on classic kind of super robot heroics. Mm-hmm. It's got nice design aesthetic, good animation. The only thing I don't really like is that I'm not crazy about some of the mech designs because they're just not for me.
Okay. Just visually, they don't tickle you biscuit.
But I laughed when I was supposed to laugh, and I smiled when I was supposed to smile. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to like this as much as I am because it's a bit Toku at times as well. But yeah, no, it's enjoyable. I'd say at least give the first couple of episodes a go.
Do you have any idea of how long the season's meant to be? Is it going to be a 12 or is it 20? Probably a 12, though. Yeah, surely.
I'm betting on 12.
Yeah.
Because so far it's been quite fast paced.
Okay.
And they had
if it's going fast, then yeah, it's probably not a 24 or 22.
And they had a big change in an early setup idea, like a sort of a new power has emerged.
Ooh.
Like to sort of shake up the dynamics. But yeah, like really fun cartoon villains. Like one who looks like a cowboy who says something and constantly goes like, I always wanted to say that. Just like, shut up. I also watched episode 3 of Jobless Reincarnation.
Oh, yes.
Which was interesting. Again, I have to comment, like, you can really see the groundwork for a lot of ideas that would follow it. Like, I realized, like, between this and Sword Art Online, everything for years was trying to be those two shows. And in some ways is still trying to be those two shows. Yeah. Or those two series, rather. But, why you want to be Sword Art Online, that's up to you, I suppose. But, it was about him meeting another child and getting to know them and like still being himself, but it's kind of like he's accepting with sincerity what's going on almost by fighting himself. Like he still wants to be like this weird pervy old man he was, and like he ends up being sincere by accident. But something interesting here is that they spend a bit of time in his relationship with his dad, and his dad here was portrayed in a less than stellar light.
Oh no.
Which is interesting because up until now he's been portrayed quite goofy and fun and everything else. And it's like he had to do a parenting moment and he handled it very, very badly.
Oh no. Did he throw his child off a roof?
He kind of.
Oh wow, good for him. That's how you get him to learn. How else would they learn to fly?
But it turned into this thing of just, like, this reincarnated creepy old man who was like lecturing him on how he was treating his child in a really niggly sarcastic way. Just like, ooh, if someone said that to me of any age, you wouldn't want it, and you'd be saying like, how far could I punt you?
Mm-hmm. Mikey has a niece, by the way.
Yes, she will cross me and she will learn. Like, it is not that there is a food chain, it's that I'm right.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other anime of note, you may not believe this, I watched an okay anime this week. Okay.
What anime?
An okay anime. It was
an
right.
okay. It
was alright. It was called ReZero.
I've heard of it. Is it okay?
It's alright.
Yeah.
So yeah, another key episode. This one was mostly about Garfield. I don't know if that's actually what his name is.
No, I'm not sure how they pronounce it.
They call him Gar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was mostly about him, a bit of character development for him, a really awesome moment for Subaru, revealing something I didn't see coming, although I probably should have because they mentioned it a couple of times. Okay. And I'm wondering how it plays into the larger story, because, I mean, it's good how you used it, but it's not a good thing.
Okay.
Amelia gets some good stuff in this as well, and it looks like she's about to butt heads with Echidna.
Ooh, all right.
Which I'm interested in, because I've come to really see Echidna as like very neutral chaos that's also on Subaru's side because of various reasons at this stage. Like, yes. I'm fascinated by the fact that the witches do not function on normal morality. Like, they aren't good or evil. They just are. They exist, and what is right for them is right. It's just like, it's wrong for a lot of other people.
And most of the time it's annoying for you because you're like, oh, come on.
Yeah. So, like, Echidna involved in this, I'm curious, because, like, just the tone of when she met Amelia, it's just like, I think you're annoyed about Subaru. But yeah, Ram has some good moments in this as well. But, okay. Yeah.
How many episodes are we into the new season at this point? 4? 3, 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3, because everything's kind of running on the 3 stage at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, like ReZero, definitely I would be very surprised if this loop reset itself before some of this is like set in stone. But like, big shit is still to deal with. The mansion is still to deal with. The killer bunny, the swarm of peccaras still has to be dealt with. Mm-hmm. So big stuff. Last thing I know I watched season 2 of Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World. And entertained the world, I did.
81 tweets. Well, more than 81 tweets.
I don't know. I lost count. I've never done that before. I just decided, fuck it, I don't care about any of you. But yeah. So I watched Camp Cretaceous season 2. It is 8 episodes. So season 1 I thought started fairly weak, and the second half is pretty strong. Mm-hmm. Because they dropped the cartoony, what danger am I in today that I shouldn't be in, but I am because I'm wacky. And they actually go into like a Jurassic Park feel. Season 2 is basically all that. It's all that.
How's Bump?
Bump is a lot better.
Oh, I was going to ask if Bump's had his turn.
Bumpy had their turn. Bumpy had their moment, shall we say. Bumpy kicks some ass, to be completely honest. Which surprised the hell out of me, because nothing should grow that fast.
Did he Kamehameha through a T-Rex?
No, but Carnotaurus.
Oh, wow. All right.
So yeah, there's a weird episode that's the goofiest one in the series, but it's also kind of my favorite. So the basic story is it's the sort of the month. This is set over like a month or two after the kids have been left behind. They're trying to figure out what they're doing. They're kind of trying to figure out where they're going. Meanwhile, something else has shown up on the island suspiciously. That may be a threat. I won't spoil it for anyone, but yeah. And then there's a lot of character work in this season. A lot of character work. Animation's about the same. Like, the dinosaurs look good. The humans look good, but the style is a bit whatever, and they still have a few issues with run cycles. Rexy's a lot bigger in this as well. She's one of the main threats. There's a really, actually quite well thought out reason why they're not hanging around the sort of populated part of the park, why they move out into the jungle, related to her. And she's really good in it. I liked how they used her. There's a really fun scene, which is basically everyone runs one way, you hear her roar, and then everyone runs the other way. This is a weird thing to be annoyed about, but I'm really annoyed about it. They didn't keep her scars. And it really fucking annoys me. I got so irritated by it every time I saw her left side. It was just like, it's 3 fucking lines.
It's hard to render.
It's not like they don't want to show like things happening. People get eaten in this show. Like, oh, we don't want to have violence. Oh, just put the fucking scars on.
No, it's animal abuse then.
And an animal did it to her.
Yeah, exactly.
She ate them.
That's okay.
And used them as a football to break a big skeleton. But that I just got really annoyed. But like, she's used very well. Like, not in like the anti-hero way she's been in the movies. Like, oh yeah, this thing is fucking terrifying.
Okay.
Yeah, and not enough new dinosaurs, I will say, in terms of species. Like, they've only got 2? I want to say. And there's a cliffhanger at the ending, which I saw people going like, what could it be? And I'm just like, it's a little bit obvious what it is. So, yeah, no, this show really surprised me when it came out, because I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it ended up being. And I think they very wisely kept season 2 feeling more like that better second half. Like, a lot of the complaints I'd have about the early episodes, like, they're non-existent in this. Like, it's sometimes it's a lot goofier than the last season, but I think that's a plus.
Right.
In my opinion. Also, there's some laugh out loud moments that just got me. Yeah. And since we mentioned it as well, I also watched the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer, which came out a few hours ago.
Yes.
And that was my week, really.
Do you not have any thoughts about the Kong trailer?
I mean, do you want to hear him?
Yeah. That's why I asked, yeah.
I am honestly more interested than I was expecting to be.
Really? I thought you'd be pretty...
Oh yeah, I was like
happy and interested in it. I can't imagine a scenario where you wouldn't have like been, like interested, where you'd be like, no.
But there's 2 things they did in this that got me like I wasn't. This is something I think I feel like someone's actually trying. Not like Michael Dougherty when he did a classic Heisei era Godzilla movie,
right?
And I thought that was really really fun. But like his filming style was still kind of hampered by the trying to emulate some of 2014's. Which is why you still had all those cutaway shots and everything else like that. Whereas this has a lot of, like, just in the trailer, has a lot of full body still shots that none of the King of the Monsters trailers had. And also some of the angles, some of the choices for shots and everything else seem very different as well. This feels like looking at it, it feels furthest away from the 2014 movie. And I think that I like the 2014 movie, but it has a lot of flaws, and one of them was this constant pull away shot. So also kind of interesting how because the trailer basically makes it out like Kong's your protagonist, Godzilla's your antagonist. It plays
whether
out, like,
that's true or not, who knows?
I have I have seen leaks. And also, I would have a suspicion about, at this stage, you've had 2 movies where Godzilla's the good guy, and suddenly he's the bad guy. Like, he is clearly murdering people in this, but they lay a little groundwork, like, something's going on, and if you know what to look for and pause the shots, you suddenly realize what's going on. Or if you're knowledgeable enough about Godzilla, blah, blah. But the basic way of portraying Kong I thought was interesting. The shots with Godzilla looked real good. And there's something just lovely about him wandering through a brightly lit city, setting it ablaze. But no, I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. Like I'm like I said, like I was always hyped for this, but I had some moments in this like that's a shot I wouldn't have expected to see before, and I really like it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm cool. Like, yeah. Also an axe made out of what appears to be a Godzilla leg and spine. So that's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Which I will say, I saw that shot of him like falling down, blocking the atomic breath in like, there was a little teaser for like a half second. They showed that. I was just like, are they going to have him use a rock and block Godzilla's breath? I'm just like, oh no, it's a bit of a Godzilla. That makes a little bit more sense. Not much more sense, actually, but
it helps. It helps.
You can wave it away. But no, I'm definitely looking forward to March or April or whenever I get to see it.
Okay, that's good.
Because we are all stuck at home and I can't go anywhere.
Yay!
Andy,
Yes.
I mean, do you have any thoughts on it?
I thought it looked big and stupid. So it's doing exactly what it needs to do.
Like, be big and stupid. It's not hard.
Yeah, I saw loads of people say it looks so good. I'm like, it looks kind of dumb, but I guess that's fine as long as
Like, I like my cerebral movies, but sometimes I just want to see.
Yeah, this is not what that's going to be.
This is a superhero movie with monsters, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, and it's not going to pretend that it's anything more than two big. Well, I wonder, will it pretend it's more than two big monsters punching each other? I hope not.
I think there's going to be an environmental thing based.
Probably.
Like, I also think like it's.
But
going
that's
to
in
be
keeping
like,
with Godzilla, so that's not out of place.
But I also think it's going to be kind of like, oh, you guys thought you were doing something, like you were like, and now we're going to take control of our own destiny by introducing this very specific element that I can't talk about because it's a big spoiler. But you may not care, but I'm sure someone would get real pissed at me.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say drop spoilers because the movie's not even out yet.
Yeah, and I'm just basing this off of leaks from 10 years ago at this stage.
Oh my god.
Certainly feels like it.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And a 0.2 second long clip or something like that.
Wow.
Like, where it's just like, it's that wonderful, like, I have to admit, like, I remember when Jurassic World, the trailers were coming out, I realized that I could tell what dinosaur was in, like, there was a scene, it was supposed to be framed like the Indominus is chasing someone. And I was just like, that's the T-Rex because of the shape of the foot.
Nerd.
So I'm that guy. I'm doing that with the Godzilla trailer as well. So,
I'm reminded of one other bit of Transformers news we didn't talk about, which you posted on Twitter, but we wasn't covered in any of the TFW stories, and that was the Headmaster line, right?
Oh,
Wave
yeah!
3. Because that didn't appear on TFW. I only kind of recall because I saw someone post pictures of all three of the mind wipes, and then I was like, oh yeah, there was that announcement where it seems like Wave 3 is going to contain Sideways from Armada, another Chrome Dome for some reason, and Fangry. Where did you get that image from, Mikey?
Or
where did you see it?
I
was
don't
just on
know.
Twitter.
It just popped up. I was thinking afterward, could it be an edit? But it seemed real.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's not being covered on any of the websites, but I don't know. It just popped into my head, and I thought I should throw that out there before I forgot yet again. So interesting. Not against it. If they do Sideways, I'll have to be an entirely new mold.
Would it? Because
Yes.
if they're doing re-releases of all the other guys,
Who would he be a re-release of?
Sideways.
They never did Sideways.
Yes, they did.
When?
2003.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Right. Andy, they're re-releasing all the G1 stuff. I guarantee you he's going to just be a repackage of the old toy.
Well, they're not releasing the G1 stuff. They're just releasing the Titan Masters again.
But you know what I mean. But he's just going to be I guarantee you they're not going to make a new one.
It would be weird for them just to randomly pump out a Armada toy from 2003 alongside these much newer toys.
I'm just prove me wrong. You can't,
no, to be fair, that's why I say I'd be surprised because they'd have to make a new mold because they couldn't use any of the recent toys. So yeah, I thought that was weird. But then that would mean that they're putting out G1 Fangry again, and G1 Chrome Dome again. It was weird. No one know. Well, neither you nor I know what that.
I mean, if you're doing
means.
Fangry, you could probably do him out of Repugnus.
I mean, people have done stuff like that, so it is possible. I don't know. I don't know why they'd have a second Chrome Dome in there, unless it's a repaint.
Where's Terrible? There's my question.
And Cancer.
That probably will be renamed.
Yes, well, it'll be Squeeze Play.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah, I know, but it's better than Cancer.
I want to get Cancer.
Everybody does.
I have to do it.
You did. You're a bad person, but that's okay. It's okay.
Anyway, Andy, what about you?
What did I do this week? I watched another Attack on Titan episode. That was fun. I got season 1 on DVD, or Blu-ray, I should say, so I've been cracking through on that. I've been enjoying rewatching that. It's fun. It has the making of Attack on Titan, and I was getting all excited. I was like, oh, okay. And it was a Funimation perspective on it.
That's not really a making of Attack on Titan. That's the dubbing of Attack on Titan.
And that's why it annoyed me, because the specific special feature is called Making of Attack on Titan, and it's all about the dubbing process. And I'm like, that's... No. I don't care about the dubbing process because I hate dubs. Viciously hate them. I hated them even more when they had clips of the dubs in there, and I was like, no, please stop. I don't think there's one dub I like.
I like the Lost Star dub.
Is there one dub that I truly enjoy? I can't think of any.
I haven't seen a dub in a while.
No, me neither, for a good
just
reason.
Just because, I'll never, some people say, it's to do with the fact they're matching mouth flaps or anything else, but Age of Crystal did that, and that did real good voice acting. So, something about the voice direction of anime has not moved forward since the 1990s, in terms of, we are a 5-person crew dubbing an anime because we had €5 in the coffers.
So some of the, no offense to some anime voice actors, some of them really sound like they are just graduated from university kind of acting students. I don't think, from a lot of the dubs I've heard, I've never been completely impressed. And I think they are restricted in what they can do because they are having to match up to another language and keep to a script that's kind of similar.
Yeah, and it's very strange.
Yeah,
the approach to voice direction is always just bizarre to me when I hear a lot, especially Funimation.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Funimation's a great dubbing company. Weren't they the ones that changed some of the lines in Dragon Maid?
Oh, they changed yes, they did, which is weird to me because, listen, if you've got a lesbian show, guys, just send it out raw. Believe me, they'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
Every lesbian I know who watched that said they liked watching the sub because it, oh my god, we get an anime about lesbians. Isn't it amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it turns out it's an anime about lesbians done by a guy who's very horny, but
I mean,
the principle's still the same.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter.
we just need one done by a lesbian who's very horny.
I mean, we don't need to.
No, I want inclusion.
I think just get the best people for the job myself, but that's me.
No, inclusion.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I've made myself sad as well because I remembered why we haven't had season 2 yet.
Isn't that... Oh yeah, because of COVID. Yeah.
No, because we would have had it 2 years ago, but some dickhead went in and murdered someone.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was that studio, wasn't it? Shit, I forgot it was that one.
Yeah, a primarily female studio that a guy went in because he apparently had a problem with ladies.
Was that the reason? I don't remember why.
I did a lot of reading about it, and he was just like, "Oh dear, he was not a nice man."
Well, I mean, he set a place on fire, so yeah, probably would be my first.
Probably not up there and top 10 house guests.
Maybe not. Maybe not. So, apart from Attack on Titan, what did I get up to? Did some poop. I did the From the Files poopcast that's up and out. I did that yesterday. I bought some boring house stuff, some plastic wine glasses, so I don't need to clean up any more glass off the floor. So that should make life a little less scary for me. Woo! I went to inject my gran with the first COVID vaccination. So that was a fun trip out.
And accidentally fell in it yourself?
No, I
was like, oh no! Squeeze.
No, they can have it first, and you're like, oh, you need it too, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get it, but they can get it first.
I'm going to hate you if you get it first because you can go outside before me.
But I can't really because it's still not 100% guarantee, and there's nowhere to go anywhere. You get the first one and it's only 50% effective. You get the second one, it's 90 something. And you still have to do all the stuff that you were doing before. So it's not really any kind of extra freedom. For a while at least. So again, I'm like, yeah, okay. My life doesn't change at all, even if I get the vaccine. Woo. What else did I get up to? God, was there anything else? I've talked about all the Transformers I got recently. Oh, I got my order in from In Demand Toys, which I made ages ago, which was for the normal version of Destro from the classified line. And because
wait, hold on a second. Mm-hmm. Why would anyone want the normal version when they can have Pimp Daddy Destro?
Because I wanted both.
But Pimp Daddy Destro.
Yeah, I got him.
I feel like that's enough Destro for anyone. It's Pimp Daddy.
No, it's not. You can't have enough Destro. He's an important boy. He's got business to do. And I got an extra Red Ninja as well because they were still in stock at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll have 2 Red Ninjas in total. I don't need any more than that. And like getting any of the other ones, like there's Firefly I'd like to get. There's 2 different Vipers, which are impossible to get. So yeah, the unfortunately the GI Joe classified line is a fun line, but it's just stupid to try and get a hold of. Like the Viper I really want, you can buy on eBay, Mikey, for $84.
Oh wow!
Shipping.
That's incredibly good.
Yeah, because they're Target exclusive, so yeah, everyone's gone in and decided to go fucking crazy scalping them, which makes sense, you know, from a kind of greedy perspective.
Makes sense if you're an asshole.
Yeah, but you know that's how scalping has always worked and always will work. Yep. People do it for consoles. They did it for the PlayStation and the 5 and the Xbox and the Switch. So if there's a product that people want, people are going to scalp it. That's how it works and how it will always work. Apart from that, I don't think I did anything, unfortunately. I did a podcast today with Mr. Gruff and Mr. George on the Fluff and Hammer. Mm. And then it's just been another week, baby. One of many. One of many.
Timed up. Oh, I'm hitting so much stuff today. Those
so
things
violent.
Happen.
Yeah.
I'm not violent. I'm just mean.
Okay. I'm not gonna pull that thread. I did see a Lego set which I might pick up as well, which is out next month, which is one of the big fancy Lego medieval blacksmith store shop ones. Looks fancy. It's got some nice references to Lego sets I had from back in the day. So I'll probably pick that up, and it's something to build that I don't need to import from Japan. Ha Gundams. No. Or Sodo kits, which I wouldn't say no to, but again, they would have to be from more expensive places, and they're getting even more and more expensive, as I'm sure everybody knows. So, yeah, that's it. As I'm looking around, I don't think there's anything else, Mr. Mikey. I think we're done for this week, my dude. So, Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can contact me in Irish Paleo on Twitter or on the Moonbase 2 Twitter, or you can send us an email at moonbase2@gmail.com, or you can send us a message on Facebook, or you can send us a message on Libsyn, or you can send us a message on Patreon, or you can send us a message by murdering Andy and sending it in his blood.
Please. Soon.
I beg for the sweet relief of
postage. No, not postage. Oh. Postage is the worst. We actually have a message from Christoph, I think. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do. Yeah, let's make sure I get all of it first. Also, okay, it starts off with no way. What I meant was, I hope So I'm a Spider is such a big hit that even the spin-off joke manga Daily Life of 4 Spider Sisters gets an anime too. And don't worry about it running out of material, as the anime is more based on the light novels than it is on the manga, who've only just gotten to volume 5 or something like that of the light novel story, and has barely touched on the human cast at all. Right. I don't know what the no way was specifically for. Probably something that we said last week, which I have no knowledge of. Whenever someone tries to reference something that we said on a previous podcast, I'm like Gandalf from the Fellowship of the Ring, and I'm just standing there in Moria going, I have no memory of this place.
Who are you?
I don't know. He also goes on to say, also, I'm not going to miss out on a chance to talk about Keroro since, I think it's meant to be since the last decade. Since the last decade? Since the last decade? Especially since, again, it's probably meant to be since there are...
Oh my god.
There's two... Yeah, and I've already said the word too many times, and it just sounds like nothing now in my mouth. Especially since there is 2 more things that make it Invaderism, like the main boy human... The main boy human... Main boy human.
Christoph, it's going well.
The main boy human. I like it. It's made me smile. It's a little dog with hair, point that thinks aliens are real. Oh, okay, so he's Dib. Plus his little sister is scary and kicks everyone's ass. Oh, wow, yeah, this does sound familiar. Yeah, she gets mad and that happens a lot. Yeah, that's Gaz. The rest is the usual affair of anime, slapstick, underpants, hot mom. We in the professional business called hot moms MILFs. I'll have you know. They have a term. Love, like Mikey just jumped in there and said something.
We're leaving this one happen.
Love, misunderstandings, and lol random. But an important word of warning: there are 2 animes of it, and one of them was a cheap experiment in Flash, so avoid that one. You want the one with fantastic outro music. I forgot how good the show was, and he's plopped in the ending sequence. And the Sergeant Frog dub turned out to be surprisingly good. That's not true, because there are no good dubs. Oh, it also has I'm throwing that out there. It also has an abridged series as well, if you're interested.
Right.
So there you go. Mikey, this message is from Tentomon. It starts off with, Mikey, hope you didn't miss this series. And the... he sent me a clip of, have you heard of an anime called Heaven's Design Team?
Oh, I've seen a trailer for that. I've been toying with watching it.
It seems like your kind of humor, so the message says. Also, retalk Andy, that Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is worth checking out. Even better in co-op, where you can play as the in-blocks lame-looking gods. T4. Okay, so I know of the Temple of Osiris game. I saw it around at my buddy Chris's house, however many years ago that was. It's not for me, and I'll throw this out here as well. I don't like Tomb Raider generally. I played the reboot, whenever that came out, and it was fine. Yeah, it was a few years ago. It was fine. Lara Croft's never really done it for me, and I don't really like the Uncharted games either. The last kind of tomb hunting game I enjoyed was Indiana Jones on the Xbox. The Xbox. Not one, not 360, the fat one. And even then, I don't think I finished it. I think I died in a big old puddle full of crocodiles inside underneath a Chinese building? A Russian building? Yeah, I can't remember much about it, but those games never do it for me, mainly because it's based in the real world, and the real world's boring. I like fantasy worlds or like not historical worlds, sci-fi worlds, really crazy stuff. So yeah, the Tomb Raider stuff's never done it for me. Never. Yeah, even though I know they are good games, they just don't tickle my pickle. I played Uncharted 2. I really didn't like Uncharted 2. I hated Uncharted 2, though I could see why people would like it.
I played 1.
Uncharted 1, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. The last Tomb Raider game I even played, I think, was 3 or 4.
Which one was that?
Like 1990s kind of thing.
I don't know. Was that on the PlayStation
3?
2?
PlayStation
3 1. Okay.
3 had a dragon.
I'll take your word for it.
That I remember.
I had a hooky copy of 2 and got up to the first set of traps and was like, no, I hate how this game plays. I remember jumping around shooting tigers and enjoying myself, and then I had to deal with the traps and the controls, and I was like, no more.
I remember the platforming.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
I mean, it was of its time. It was very, very much of its time.
It was just so not designed. Like, it so felt like it wasn't designed to have platforming.
No. I mean, it was Resident Evil 1 tank controls, plus, you have to make accurate jumps and quick decision making.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy.
and just like, no.
Yeah. No, never did it for me. Never. Not even Lara Croft's very polygon-boobed area did it for me.
I remember when that was in the news.
I do as well. Man, there was such a fucking stir about Lara Croft's tiddlies.
Yeah, her triangular chest.
Yep.
But
they were huge. That was huge news for the longest time.
I remember in the Irish papers, you used to get like there was like a every time a game would come out, there were because for those who don't remember, back in the day there was this thing called page 3. It was a thing that when you were reading the paper and you were a teenage boy, you didn't admit to anyone you were reading that particular paper. Mm-hmm. But first, I remember like every time a Tomb Raider came out, they'd replace their page 3 model for like a week with different shots of Lara Croft. I remember that distinctly.
I don't remember that. That's pretty cool.
And I remember it being a bit odd because I was just like, because I hadn't the game at the time, and I was just like, I wasn't keeping track of game media either, and I was like, who is this? Why is this CG woman in here?
Where are my real boobs, damn it?
I'm 12. I want to be ashamed but aroused.
I'm confused. What's happening?
That started when you were 12 and ends when you're dead.
Yay! Good times. Yeah, Lara Croft back in the day. Yeah, never did anything for me in any sense of the word, I'm afraid. My most enjoyable experience of Tomb Raider 2 was locking an old man in a fridge.
I remember being really annoyed when I was doing Venice.
Was that in 2 or was that in 3?
Don't know, but I remember you like, I had to like just get it to the other side of the river, bang. Just get to the other side of the river, bang.
Is this bang, you're getting hit by boats, bang, you're getting shot?
Every time I jumped, I'd get shot.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Into a river.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Right.
Was this in the day and age where characters couldn't swim?
Yeah. No one could swim.
Yeah.
When Lara just sank to the bottom of the lake.
Do you remember when Crash Bandicoot, if his little shoe touched the water, he drowned?
Oh, but that little angel would, I think it was more annoying if the ones where like he'd do that, but the angel would come out and just like, at least go into the water.
Yeah. It's just the sole of your shoe. How did you drown? What happened?
Wow!
Whoa! I mean, it makes sense when he jumps on a pig and, he gets killed, but,
Yeah.
He always looked creepy getting on that pig. Always.
Oh. Crash is weird.
Yes.
Crash is a mouth with hands.
Yeah.
Really consider that.
Yeah.
Crash is a pair of hands and legs with a mouth.
With a really tall girlfriend, but not from Resident Evil 8.
No one's that tall.
No.
She's going to be Godzilla vs. Kong at this rate.
Oh, that'd be pretty funny.
And they're both like, what the hell is happening?
Oh, that was a pretty looking castle, apart from the people wanting to kill you in it.
Yeah, no, it looks very graphically good.
Yeah, I'd stay there for a visit.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd like to go on a tour. I don't think staying there is necessarily the best idea.
Why not?
Because while she is gigantic, I think she wants to eat me.
We don't know that. We're just making assumptions.
Also, she needs to have her nails done.
She does, yeah, with a weird tyrant hand.
Yeah.
Does that mean at some point you're going to be shooting that giant woman with a shotgun?
Probably. Like, the last thing will be her mutating into something that is probably as tall, but less setting off the internet.
I don't know. The internet might get really weird at some point. They might just accept the horny.
God, what'll happen is just like it turn into a tyrant, but everything changes but the breasts.
No.
And it's just these perfectly formed gigantic human breasts on top of this like hideous monstrosity. And everyone's just like, I'm still into it.
Well, I'm already in this far. We may as well keep going. Why not? And I think that's a good place to end the podcast.
I think that's a good place to end our careers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can only go down from here, literally. So, Mike, where can people find you on the internet? Did I ask you that already? I think I already asked you that. Okay, I can talk about where I can be found, unless you had any questions that needed to be answered.
What is life?
Got to do with it. What? Life? But a burner, do.
You ruined it.
I did. You can find me on Twitter, CCTFW. YouTube is Cobra Commander TFW. You can find me here on the Moonbase 2. You can find us on moonbase2.weebly.com. Is that right? No, that's ccbunker.weebly.com. You can find us on the Facebook page, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can find us on Libsyn as well, and lots of other places like that for podcast distribution. You can find us on patreon.com/moonbase2 and do $2 each month. And you get the extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2. You also get it a week early. And you also get the Moonbase Woo Woo, where we talk about non-transformery things in more detail. And this month will be me explaining why I don't like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
And I'm not going on that one.
That's fine, yeah, because you'll just be screaming. Screaming, wailing. I think I hopefully will make some at least valid points, at least to explain why I am not a big fan of that game, especially in retrospect. I just need to actually get around to record it. At the moment, whenever I'm like, I should record things, I then like lie down on the settee and go, I'm so tired. And I stop for a while. So, until next week, everybody, thank you for joining us on the Moon Poopin' 2. And we will catch you next time, everybody. Try not to be too horny for large, tall ladies.
I won't judge.
I will.
You are now leaving